Nestled between two Kentucky rivers is a landscape that did not exist before the mid-20th century. The dramatic landscape change began when the rivers were reshaped into Kentucky Lake and Lake Barkley. This now protected area spans more than 170,000 acres of forests, wetlands, and open land. It's also home to managed herds of bison and elk. But the landscape we see today didn't form on its own. It's the result of sweeping changes that reshaped this entire region. This is Land Between the Lakes, a narrow corridor that's become one of the most biologically diverse regions in Kentucky. It all starts with the geography of two major rivers in the eastern United States, the Tennessee and the Cumberland. Their lower courses turn north and empty into the Ohio River just a few miles apart. Here, those rivers were dammed, forming two long lakes, Kentucky Lake and Lake Barkley. They run side by side for more than 50 miles, separated by a single ridge. This inland peninsula is known today as Land Between the Lakes. By the early 20th century, this landscape had been heavily mined for iron and cleared for timber. Catastrophic flooding during the 1937 Ohio River flood devastated communities across western Kentucky and revealed critical vulnerabilities throughout the entire Ohio-Mississippi River system. The same storm system also caused major flooding along the Tennessee and Cumberland rivers, underscoring the need for basin-wide flood control rather than isolated local measures. In response, federal authorities intensified efforts to regulate the Tennessee River as a major tributary contributing to downstream flooding. From 1938 to 1944, the Tennessee Valley Authority built Kentucky Dam to manage floods, generate power, and improve navigation. This project required the relocation of entire towns, farms, and homesteads in the Tennessee River Valley. When the dam was completed in 1944, the backed-up water formed what is now Kentucky Lake. By the early 1960s, remaining families on the peninsula were displaced for a second federal project, the construction of Barkley Dam. In 1963, while Barkley Dam was still underway, the federal government named the land between the two waters Land Between the Lakes and designated it a national recreation area. The dam construction was completed in 1966, creating Lake Barkley on the east side of the ridge. These projects reshaped the river valleys and established the peninsula that now functions as a managed public landscape. What was once a corridor of industry and agriculture is now a protected area of oak and hickory forest, grasslands, and wetlands. It's a modern reflection of how this area may have looked hundreds or even thousands of years ago. Today, two herds of North American bison live here. One herd is visible from the South Bison Range along the Woodlands Trace Scenic Byway. The other occupies the 700-acre elk and bison prairie, a managed tallgrass habitat with a drive-through loop. In late spring, bison calves begin appearing, followed by elk calves. Summer and early fall bring the bison rut, and in the fall, elk can be heard bugling across the grasslands, most often at dawn or dusk. More than 250 bird species have been documented here, from warblers and herons to wintering waterfowl. In midwinter, bald eagles gather along the lake shore, and the Nature Station hosts eagle viewing programs. Each late summer, the Nature Station gardens attract hundreds of ruby-throated hummingbirds preparing for migration. The area also supports white-tailed deer, beavers, armadillos, foxes, and numerous reptile and amphibian species. Forests and caves provide habitat for protected gray, Indiana, and northern long-eared bats. The landscape is actively managed. Prescribed fire and native grass plantings help maintain prairie conditions. And in 2024, Land Between the Lakes relocated 43 elk to West Virginia to support population restoration efforts. Today, Land Between the Lakes functions as a large public recreation and conservation area shaped by rivers, federal policy, and the dramatic landscape changes that have contributed to the region's modern biodiversity. Where two lakes meet and wildlife now moves across restored habitats, this corridor represents a unique chapter in Kentucky's history. To learn more about the history of Kentucky, check out the full Kentucky Origins playlist and subscribe to KET on YouTube.